you so much for downloading the latest episode of The Ugly Truth. Today, I ask Paula 3 questions and we break it down psychologically. Plus, we do a little television talk and we go a little deep talking about death and grieving. I know, such a surprise from the Uggs, right? Plus, our ugly and awkward moments of the week. Thank you so much. Please shop lipandclip.com and Amazon for your holiday shopping. Thank you. Enjoy the show.
It's another uncensored look at the world around you, from sisters who will say just about anything to anyone at any time. It's the Uggs. Jamie?
As far as you're concerned, I have nubs.
Paula?
Any place that offers a coupon, I'm just like, forget it.
Uncensored as always, it's time for the Ugly Truth.
Welcome to the Ugly Truth. This is episode 421.
Hey, that was a good one.
Oh, was it? I was going to say, mother?
Oh, are you making fun of me? Well, it's because the kids, we've been doing a lot of singing lately, and Olivia and I were having a Keisha contest last night.
I love Kesha.
Okay, so that song, Praying, where she's just, and there's some things only God can forgive.
Yes.
So Olivia and I were doing that whole part last night, and Ryan's like, stop! So...
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know. Well, Olivia was just screaming. She's like, ah!
Of course. That's really funny.
She is hilarious.
What was I going to tell you before we started? Damn it. Oh, I know. Okay, so as you know, Paula,
Yes.
Malia is genetically beautiful. I mean,
Yes.
in the right lighting, we are all very cute. You know, we look good in certain aspects, you know, always.
With the right lighting and the amount of filters, and if I'm head on and no one can see my nose or my neck or my chin or my lack thereof, then yes, I can be striking.
For example, Daryl and I went out to dinner last week, the week that I got the fucking cold sore and then I started getting sick, which I actually is part of my ugly and awkward moment this week because today is the first day that I finally feel like I'm almost not sick anymore.
Gotcha.
Because it started to travel into my bladder and my bowels, which is always what happens to me
Yes.
on the tail end of illness. Okay, anyway.
I wonder if that's why they call it the tail end.
Paula Marie, I think you are onto something there.
Ding!
We are so smart. Anyway, so
Mind blown.
So we were at the bar waiting for our table, and the gentleman bartender, I asked for a Manhattan. And when you get a Manhattan, you get 2 of those little Italian cherries. They're really yummy. Anyway, so the lighting was perfect. I actually looked not so bad, and I gave him eye contact. I just did. I wasn't trying to flirt or anything. I was just, excited to be out with adults and, just doing my thing. And he gave me like 5 cherries. Like my whole bamboo was covered in cherries. I go, wow, look at all the cherries I got. And Daryl's like, well, you did look at him in the eye. And I'm like, oh, you saw that?
Are you not supposed to make eye contact with people anymore?
Normally I don't. I can't remember the last time I looked at my doctor when he gives me a pelvic exam.
Well, I mean, that's gross. You
don't make eye contact with your gynecologist.
Not unless he pops his head up and he starts talking to you. I mean.
And even then, I'm looking at his forehead, usually.
No, well, my doctor wears glasses, so it's, it's kind of
you can look at the rim.
Well, it's just, they always have that light shining in their face, so, it's.
True. I don't know.
Although I guess I could see the reflection of my own vagina if I really concentrated.
Oh my God,
Who
Paula.
wants to see that? The duck lips hanging out.
Would you?
Well, if they don't, you know what? If they don't hold on to those things pop right out. So
that's a category of porn, pretty sure.
I'm not looking.
Don't Google it.
What would that be called? Speculum porn?
I don't know, but that sounds disgusting. I could never do it. I could never even want to remotely even look at it.
I'm curious now.
Anyway, my point is like, oh, how funny. Every once in a while, in a good light, I look cute. Well, Malia looks good all the time because she's young and she has our genetics. She's really very pretty. So she texts me this morning. I'm in my room getting ready to jump in the shower, and she goes, Mom, I need you to look at my eye. It started hurting last night, and I feel like one of my eyes is bigger than the other. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, that's weird. So I come and she's in the bathroom looking at her face, And I said, what's going on? So I start looking at her face and to see if one of her eyes looks bigger. I don't know what I'm looking for. And she's like, well, it's not the eyeball, it's the eye socket. And I'm just worried. Do I have one eye bigger than the other now? Is there something going on? And I was like,
for fuck's sake.
No. And I said, you have a sinus congestion, likely, because it was under her eye and over her eye. I'm like,
like it was puffy.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's sinuses. It's like physically you look fine, but you have, it's not. She goes, well, I started Googling it last night. I'm like, oh my God. And she's like, and it was either cataracts or a tumor. I'm like, okay, neither one of those
none
things.
of those things.
And so I'm like, how sad. I go, so genetically you're adorable, but you also inherited my anxiety and my hypochondria. That makes me sad.
God.
Staying up all night Googling eye swell.
Oh,
and
God.
Here we are.
Well, I'll tell you about it when I give you the debriefing of Ryan's dinner.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, by the way, there is speculum porn.
Paula, you looked it up?
Yeah. I was curious. Yeah.
There's something for everyone.
I saw a whole cervix on a ex-hamster.
And men like that?
Well, you know
Men
what?
want to see that?
Well, I mean, okay, there was the legit stuff, and then there was just ladies, sitting there spreading their buttholes. So, I mean,
oh my God. I don't understand people. What is wrong with you? You people are sick.
I don't think I'd ever want to be in a man's mind, to be perfectly honest. Some of the things that, we think that we know, how much they think about sex, but I don't think we really grasp, how much they really think about sex.
This is so interesting that we're discussing this because, like I said, I've been on copious amounts of antihistamines for the last week.
So what, are you guys into necrophilia now?
No, but this creates some weird conversations.
Oh,
So
okay.
we'll be sitting on the couch and I'll be drinking my Japanese green tea and I'll be all, I was 16 the first time I touched a penis. And Daryl's all, oh, well, that's interesting. I go, well, how old were you when you touched a real live vagina? And he's like, a real live vagina?
As opposed
He's
to a
like,
fake one?
As opposed to what? And he said, I was 16 as well. I'm like, this is so weird. We've never talked about this before. The first time we touched somebody else's genitals.
Members, yes.
Yeah. How old were you?
I believe I was 17, yes.
Okay. So there you have it, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird thing to think about, touching another human being's parts for the sake of enjoyment. It's just weird to me. I don't know.
Now, did they show you how to touch it, or did you just like poke at it?
If I'm being legitimately honest, which I always am, the first time I touched a penis was also the first time I performed a blowjob.
No, I didn't do anything.
It was all,
Ugh.
yeah. I know, but it was, what's so funny? I was just, when I was reflecting on the fact that the first time I touched a penis, I had also performed oral sex on it. Mm-hmm. And he didn't even come because we were 16. Maybe it was just too much, or maybe I was bad at it. I have no idea.
I mean, because I had a friend one time who was sitting next to a guy and they were getting ready to make out. And she put her hand on his leg and he jizzed in his shorts. So
Oh, dear.
clearly he had problems with premature ejaculation.
That happened to me once, actually. I was making out with a boy and he started getting an erection. And the next thing I know, his pants are all wet. Not soaking like he peed, but he clearly had jizzed.
Okay, so I used to fool around with this guy. And every time we would start making out, the outside of his pants would get soaking wet.
So he jizzed almost immediately?
No, it wasn't. It was
Pee?
No, it was the pre-cum.
The pre-cum? Ooh, that's a lot. That's, you know what? Whoever's married to that person they have their hands full.
What does that mean? Oh, for blowjobs. I got what you're saying.
There's a limit.
That's quite the ready nose.
There's a limit to what one can handle. And that sounds like a lot.
They're like, here, blow your nose.
Oh, gross. All right. So this is kind of a weird segue, but it kind of is related, and you'll see how in a minute. Now, this is going to seem weird, but just trust the process, okay? So Whitney Cummings, you know who Whitney Cummings is.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. She's a comedian. She created Two Broke Girls. She had her own sitcom, Whitney. She was a head writer on Roseanne. She's best friends with Chris D'Elia, who I absolutely love as a stand-up comedian. And
God, he's so funny.
She's a very funny woman, and there's so much about her that I love. She's one of those women that I just admire, would be a strong word because I actually don't know her, but she came out with a podcast called Good For You. Mm-hmm. She's had 3 episodes. Her first was Dan Levy from Schitt's Creek.
Oh,
Her second one was Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
dang.
Her most recent episode was Crystalia.
What a lucky girl. Jesus.
Well, she's been in the business a really long time. I'm obsessed with her and her affinity for her famous friends. She has an amazing assistant. I highly encourage you to check her out.
Okay.
She doesn't need our endorsement by any means, but I fucking love her. And I think you will too, actually.
Okay.
Anyway, so she does these 3-question thing on her show for all of her guests, and they kind of use that as a jumping off point to get into the podcast because she's only done 3 episodes.
Right.
So this is kind of her way. So I took the test. I took the quiz along with her giving it to Crystalia. Mm-hmm. And then I gave it to Daryl, and now I want to give it to you because I found it fascinating. And, you know, he's just so bad at things when I ask him, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't like being put on the spot.
Okay.
But you're pretty good at it, so I'm not too worried about it.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. It's only 3. Mm-hmm. First thing, and don't think too hard about it, but just think about it. The first is, name the animal that you admire the most.
Probably the cat.
A cat? Mm-hmm. Okay, now describe 3 one-word reasons why you admire the cat.
Well, they get to rest a lot. I don't know. They get to like lay in the sun, and I don't know. Everybody likes to pet them, but like they have peace. They seem peaceful.
Okay, peaceful, restful. One more word. Why you love them.
Warm.
Warm. Aw, that's sweet. All right, the next one. Think of an article of clothing, including shoes, that you love that make you feel really, really good when you wear it.
Shoes.
Okay, do you have yes, it has to be a specific pair of shoes.
Platform stilettos.
And you have some?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, do they have to be a specific color or something? Or
no, it doesn't have to be. It's just but it has to be something that you have that you love you feel good in when you wear it.
Yeah, whenever I wear, like, yes.
Okay.
I have multiple pairs, so
yeah, but your platform stilettos is what you feel the best in when you wear them. So describe in 3 words, adverbs. Describe them to me. Why these are your favorite shoes?
Sexy. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Sexy, confident, and successful.
Okay, perfect. All right, last one. Name your very favorite body of water. Ocean, lake, stream, pool, spa, whatever.
I'm going to go with lake.
Okay, and describe 3 descriptive reasons why the lake.
Quiet.
Okay.
Nature. And serene.
Okay, now we're done. Now I will tell you what all of this means.
Okay.
So the first thing I asked you was name the animal that you admire the most. And this is how you view yourself. You said restful, peaceful, and warm.
Okay.
The second thing was name an item of clothing or shoes that you feel really good in. And you said platforms. And that is how other people view you. Sexy, confident, successful.
Oh, I wonder if that's true.
Maybe. And then water, your favorite body of water is how you view sex. Quiet, nature, serene. Maybe you can turn it to primal.
Well, I mean, okay, wait a minute. Okay, I guess the sensation, yes. Mm-hmm. I mean, just because you like rough sex doesn't mean that the feelings that you're feeling like during or afterwards isn't like it doesn't generate like that peaceful feeling of like sitting on a chair watching the lake and birds and nature. It kind of has like that basking effect.
Exactly, but that's pretty much what you're explaining.
Exactly.
Yeah,
How
see?
interesting.
Okay. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so here's mine. I said that the animal I admire the most, which is how I apparently view myself, is the wolf. And I said brave, loyal, beautiful, which I think is funny.
I think that describes you.
This is how I know this is somewhat accurate, because for me, I also said the thing that I feel most comfortable in is a pair of shoes. It's a pair of Jessica Simpson shoes that I hardly ever wear, but they're my most favorite pair of shoes. And I describe them as sexy, uncomfortable, and pretty. And that is apparently how other people view me.
Sexy, uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
That's probably pretty damn accurate, actually.
I know, right? That's what I thought. I'm like, oh God, it's true.
That is
uncomfortable,
so
constantly uncomfortable. It's hilarious. And then for me, my body of water, which is how I view sex, was ocean. And I said majestic, serene, ever changing.
Oh,
Isn't that funny?
that's funny. We both chose the word serene.
Serene.
That is, and it's such an obscure word,
isn't it? When you said that, I was like, oh my God.
You probably got like goosebumps. God, that's so
was weird. You want to hear Daryl's?
Yes.
Okay, so Daryl's favorite animal that he admires was the wolf as well.
Oh,
But his was interesting. Loyal, strong, beautiful.
wow.
I know. It was almost the same. I said brave, loyal, beautiful.
You know what? It's almost like he was describing you. Well, he is you.
Aw, we share the same brain.
Practically.
This one was actually really funny. I think this one's actually the most accurate of the three statements. His piece of clothing that he feels the best in is his fishing trucker hat. And his description is fishing, comfortable, universal. That's how people view him.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I can see the comfortable and universal. You know, he is kind of like, you put him in any situation and he can get along with just about anybody.
He can.
He can talk to a hole in the wall, you know?
He can talk to anyone and make it work.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's why he's so good at what he does.
And then for his body of water, it was also ocean, and this is how he views sex. Calming, powerful, unpredictable.
Oh my God, you guys practically had the same thing.
I know, we thought that was weird. But,
Well, that's good though, because that means you're compatible.
I think it does, yeah. Anyway, so I thought I could not wait to tell you about this because although it's something I heard on a podcast, I thought it's a psychological test that it was created, and I didn't Google where it's from or anything like that, but it's something that she picked up from a therapist. He said, you know, when you're out, because she spent years looking for the right man. I think she's engaged now, but so she would do this quiz with people, and she's like, it really brought out red flags. Like one time, you know, you ask somebody a question and they say, oh, you know, murder or something. And they go, holy shit, what's going on in your mind?
Yeah.
So it was just a really interesting thing. And I thought you would find it fascinating. And I couldn't wait.
I want you to send me the questions or something so I can try and figure it out. I'm going to ask some of my friends.
Absolutely. I will send it to you. But anyway, I just loved it. And it's so easy and it's pretty insightful. I've been kind of thinking about it since I did it a couple days ago.
Now I kind of want to go back and like ask all the people I slept with. Just, you know, to get perspective.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, she has used this on potential partners for years and friends probably too. So anyway, so yes, Whitney Cummings, that's her new podcast. She's already bigger than us, but you know, it's fine. She's best friends with famous people. So,
well, she is famous.
She is famous and beautiful, by the way, and I hate it. So I wanted to talk about this, and you said that you're watching a new reality show as well, so that'll segue into what I wanted to talk about. So they do this BravoCon because they've gotten the brand has gotten so big now, so they have like this 2 or 3 day event where all the reality stars come and they do like press junkets and all that stuff, and they introduce all the new shows that are coming in 2020. So they announced the new location for the new Real Housewives franchise. Okay. It's going to be the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
What?
Wah, wah. And people were kind of pissed because they're just like, so what? We're going to get a bunch of, you know, bitchy Mormons? Like, what are we getting?
They could have done like something way sassier, like the Real Housewives of like Miami or something like that. Or...
They've done that.
Oh, they did?
They've done it. Yeah. This one, it says... They're taking the viewers into an undiscovered world that is about so much more than religion. Although the Mormon church is undeniably ingrained in the culture, in the majestic mountains of Utah is a hidden social circle made up of successful women who have created their own paradise filled with luxury homes, shopping sprees, and multi-million-dollar businesses and brands. I did not know that this existed.
Well, I mean, I guess it just depends because, like, I mean, I know there's like Park City, Utah, which is a big like ski area. Didn't they hold the Olympics there one time?
That's exactly what it says. It says with the Hollywood's exclusive Sundance Film Festival in their backyard, these Type A power brokers are accustomed to rubbing elbows with A-listers, and what party list you are on means everything. I will say this, it's not going to do them any good to ignore the Mormon faith, though, because some of the things that I've read, like, they will get their daughters full cosmetic repair if they're not very attractive. They have to be slender. They have to have beautiful faces. They'll do breast implants for girls at 15, 16, nose jobs, because they have to look perfect to get the perfect Mormon husband.
So kind of like a geisha almost?
It's not a geisha. It's just that there's a very specific image that they think is
not a geisha. I'm thinking of like Mulan when they go to the matchmaker.
Yeah, it's just that there's a very high standard of appearance because, and we weren't Mormon, but we were in a situation where appearances meant everything because our home life was so crappy. So we always looked clean and presentable and happy and, played the role of happy family out in public.
Yeah, that was always like a thing. Like Dad always wanted to be like, look at my beautiful family. Look at my beautiful daughters. We always had like nice clothes and.
Right. So it's that mentality. This is what I've read. I don't know if I've never spoken to anybody if this is true, but I've definitely read a lot of examples of women who say, yes, this is absolutely true. And then when you get married and the reality of marriage sets in, you go, okay, this guy has a porn addiction.
Right.
And he's gay.
Exactly.
Or something.
Exactly.
I'm hopeful that element of it is on this show. It'll be interesting if they delve into the positives and negatives of the faith that literally controls most of the state. I think that would be a really cool thing. And please, let's not get any polygamists on their show, for the love of God. Unless they look like Big Love, I don't want to see it.
Right? No, I mean,
if that's that, I'll watch it.
I think they'll probably tread lightly, though, on the Mormon.
I do, too. I mean, these shows are pseudo-scripted, so it'll be interesting to see if they... But when real reality sets in, we all know it. Right. I mean, if you've ever watched any of the Real Housewives, you know when it's real or when it's just scripted drama.
Right.
Anyway, and then the other thing, before you tell me about your reality show, is I have to give mad props to a show that I've been watching. It's in its first season, and I'm a huge fan of Rob Corddry, he was on Children's Hospital forever, and he's really, really funny. He's on this new show called The Unicorn.
And I saw you watching something like that last night. I'm Paula, like, what is that?
It is so good. I didn't think I would like it, but I keep watching it. And now I'm like 8 episodes in.
Wow.
Basically, this is what it's like. Kind of like Sleepless in Seattle. Tom Hanks was a widow and he had his kid.
Yeah.
And how difficult it was the first year. So the head actor, the main actor, his wife dies from cancer. And his friend group swoops in and starts taking care of him because it's been almost a year and he and his 2 daughters are still living off of the casseroles that all the women sent him the day after the funeral.
Oh my God.
They're in a rut.
Yeah.
But they're like, okay, that's it. We're done with this. And so they come in, the friend couples, there's these 2 couples with their children, and they come in and they start taking care of him and he starts getting out of his rut. Anyway, it's amazing. It's so good. And last night was a Thanksgiving episode and I wept.
Aww.
I absolutely wept because it was her favorite holiday.
I don't want to watch that.
The girls are basically picking up and taking over for where their mother was.
How old are they?
13 and 11.
Oh, God.
Paula, it's so good. And it's very funny.
Okay.
It's very funny. And all these women, because he's starting to date now.
Oh.
All these women, it's kind of the whole point of, he's called the Unicorn because he's a widow who was devoted to his wife to the very end, is considered a unicorn in the dating world.
Well, I remember that Sex and the City episode where Charlotte was dating the guy who said his wife was a widow and her favorite flowers were lilies and all this stuff.
Right.
And so she shows up to the cemetery to meet him, and then like 4 other women are showing up with white lilies, and she's like, what the fuck? And so she beats him with the flowers, and then she leaves.
He's not using it to his advantage.
Right.
In fact, he doesn't even tell anyone he's a widow.
I wouldn't want to date anybody who was a widower.
It's actually really great. And speaking of grieving, it's a great show to show the process in a funny manner.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me about the new reality show you're watching.
Okay, so I had been seeing previews for it. I thought it was on for a long time, and I don't know what happened, but I was okay. So this was kind of funny. So remember how I was telling you about high heels in your little quiz or whatever?
Yes. Yes.
I was folding laundry or something like that, and I had like some clothes I was trying on. And Olivia was like watching me. And then I bought these new red high heels online because I was going to wear them with my nurse costume, which I didn't end up wearing for Halloween because the kids, basically they protested. And so
they're like, no.
When I was trying on the clothes, I had like my pajamas on. So I'm like, well, I'm getting ready to hop in the shower anyway. So I just put my t-shirt back on, but I tried the shoes on. And so I was walking around. I'm like, ooh, Olivia, look at these. So I was wearing my t-shirt and the red high heels. And then she had her little cowboy hat still from her costume. So I put the cowboy hat on. And so I was walking around doing like a little runway show. And then I went in the living room because I saw the scanner in my room. And I'm like, oh, shit, I've got to do that. I had to scan and email a form for something. So I went in the living room to get the form. And I sat down on the chair to sign it. And the show was on. So I was sitting there and I just kind of started paying attention. Like half an hour later, I'm like sitting there with my legs crossed, listening to it, watching it. Victor and Ryan come home. They see me in the living room. They're like, what are you doing? Because I'm sitting there, with the cowboy hat, a t-shirt, red high heels on and nothing else. And they're like, what's going on? And I'm just like, oh, this show's really good. It's called Unpolished. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Unpolished? No.
So basically, it's a grandmother, a mother, and two sisters. They're all from New Jersey. I'm pretty sure they're Italian. And they're very wealthy.
Okay, unpolished.
But the oldest daughter, she owns a nail salon. But she does like really custom high-end nails.
Right. It says she's a nail salon for the celebs.
Is that what this? Are you looking it up?
I'm just looking up I'm trying to find something. It said the Martoni family of East Northport.
They're in New Jersey. Yeah.
New Jersey.
Okay, so there's only
based on the photos, I would say there could be nowhere else but New Jersey.
Okay, so there's only been one episode though, because I was just like, I can't wait to see the next episode. You may not like it. I thought it was really good.
Why wouldn't I like it? Because I like trashy people.
Well, they're not trashy though, because they're wealthy.
Okay, Paula, I think we've all learned from Britney Spears that you can be as rich as you can and still not trashy.
Well, I guess I should say they're classy. So
I hate that word, but I understand what you're saying. Now that we've talked about our reality shows, really quick, your beloved Prince's son, Ryan, turned 14?
Yes.
Holy shit, I can't believe it.
I know. Tell me about it.
And you did a family birthday party yesterday, right?
Yes, it was on his birthday. We just did something very simple. First, we started out super elaborate, and then we just scaled it way down to we wound up going to dinner at BJ's Brew House, which was an absolute nightmare. Well, I thought it was a nightmare.
I love BJ.
You know what? I think I just didn't like what I ordered.
Aww.
I thought the waiter was rude, but the more I analyzed the situation, he wasn't rude. He just wasn't personable. Like, he just didn't say anything. Like, you would ask for something and he'd bring it to you and you're like, thank you, and he just wouldn't respond.
See, that is kind of rude.
Well, and here's the thing. I wasn't expecting him to have a conversation with us. Actually, I prefer it when they just pop in and pop out and drop shit off. Yeah. But I mean, if we're saying like thank you or please or whatever, and if they just say like no problem, you're welcome, blah, 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 and then that's all they say, to me, that is the perfect waiter or waitress. Right. I don't want them to be like, so what's the occasion? What do you all want today? Blah, blah. I'm like, get the fuck out of my face. Just take my order and go.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't want someone to be like, hi, gang. How's it going tonight? And I'm like, did you really just say gang? Get out of my face.
Like, is this TGI Fridays? Are we at Chuck E. Cheese? What is this?
Here, this is what I think of your flair. I'm expressing myself. No,
8 pieces of flair. If you want it to be 10, make it 10. I love that movie. Office Space is a classic.
So anyways, I got over it. And then, because I didn't obviously want to ruin dinner. So everybody ordered their stuff. Everyone on the car ride home, with the exception of me, were just like talking about how full they were and they all needed to go to the bathroom. So it's just like, all right, well, that's awesome.
Oh, awesome. Happy birthday.
So for his birthday, his sister got him a 12-pack of socks. He likes, not just socks though, he likes like business socks, like the designer business socks.
Okay.
She got him like 12 pack of like multi-colored, crazy designer socks. And so
Nike Elites aren't in anymore?
no, he wears the ones that go up like mid-calf and they're either Argyle or they got stripes or they've got polka dots but I mean they're like wild colors. So he loved those. He was all excited about his socks.
Good.
And so, and then we got him a longboard, which it's a skateboard, but it's longer and it wobbles. So it kind of is like, those bikes that when you wobble them back and forth, you gain speed.
It's one of like, it's the old school, it's like the old school banana skateboards from the old days in LA. That's what they are. And every single one of my children wanted one at his age.
Oh, okay.
Every single one.
So he has one now. He was very excited, super excited. Awesome. So that's exactly the one that he wanted. Overall, it was a great birthday. He was very happy. He went to the bed with a stomach ache. And
oh, that's awesome.
He didn't even eat because he didn't want a cake this year. He wanted a pumpkin pie. And so...
Oh, God, what a weirdo.
So we put his birthday candles in the pumpkin pie and... He blew him out, but he didn't eat it, so...
Aww.
So his stomach hurt. So I had to run to CVS at like 10 o'clock getting a Pepto, anti-diarrheal, and Gingerade, so...
Orange Gingerade?
I don't know. I don't even know what Gingerade is.
I don't either. Maybe you just invented something.
Probably.
You know what that totally reminded me of is when you had your babies at a Mercy hospital, right? Or Sutter?
I had Ryan at Mercy San Juan, and I had Olivia at Sutter Sacramento or something, or I don't know what it was.
I had all of mine at a Mercy hospital, and they all gave me the same thing. Like an hour after I had the baby, they said, "Well, we're going to make you a Mercy Sunrise," and I'm like, "What's a Mercy Sunrise?" And you know those little plastic pitchers you get that they fill with water for your room?
Yeah.
They took that, packed it with that delicious little baby squares of ice that they have at the hospital.
Yes.
They get a little mini cranberry, a mini orange juice, and ginger ale, and they mix it all up and they like drink all of it. Mm-hmm. And it is to this day when I don't feel good, I make one. I make a Mercy Sunrise.
They tried to give me one and I didn't like it, but
I loved it. It was so delicious. But I love cranberry juice, so
I don't know what was wrong with me. I was a weird pregnant person, so
maybe you're like Mom, who when I told her we were talking about something, I was telling her, because her hair looks a lot like Martha Stewart right now. So now her hair is longer, and she likes it this way right now, so she's going to keep it. So if you ever see Martha Stewart on any recent episodes of Chopped or whatever, that's what our mom's hair looks like for the most part. Ooh, get her a flat iron. So anyway, so we were talking about it. I said, I go, well, whoever's doing your hair, I mean, it looks really good. She's like, I would go back to Neil, but I just wasn't in a good headspace back then. I'm like, okay. I told you last week, she's kind of mellow.
Has she been to Neil?
Once.
Oh.
One time.
God.
Yes.
Why did you allow that?
Because he's good at blonde. He's master.
She's never gonna like anywhere.
She doesn't. And we discussed that because apparently I have the same problem when it comes to bedding and pillows. You're always searching for the perfect one and it's elusive because it doesn't exist.
I told Mom that I thought she had OCD. I said, I think you're a little obsessive compulsive or obsessive about this hair thing and you get anxiety about it. And and it's never going to be perfect. And so
no,
I told her this years ago, though.
Well, she's amenable to it, and I know I have OCD. I mean, there's no doubt. I will never find the perfect pillow. Never. The hunt for the perfect pillow will die with me.
See,
I don't think I'll ever, even in my coffin, it won't be the perfect pillow.
I have a problem with pillows too. I do have a problem with finding pillows, but it's not because there's a problem with the pillow necessarily. It's because I have a neck and like headache problem. And so everyone keeps telling me, just go to a chiropractor. And I am terrified. I won't go to a chiropractor. I absolutely refuse.
I went to one time and I didn't enjoy myself.
I am so scared they're going to break my neck and I'm going to die. Yeah. Because I'm like, you're not even a real doctor. When they walk in, hi, I'm Dr. So I'm like, don't fucking lie. You know you're not a doctor.
You're for last name could be doctor. I went and I hated every second of it, and I stopped going. I said, nah, I'm not doing this, man. They're like, we have TMJ. I'm like, okay, fine, then I'll go to the dentist, but I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm not into the whole, like, if you're holding my neck like they do in the movies, I know it's about to happen.
I'm going to never wake up is what's going to happen.
This wasn't worth the $20. At any place that offers a coupon, I'm just like, forget it.
No Groupons, please.
And I don't care how cute you are. You know, chiropractors are always good looking.
They are. You're right. They are cute. Mine was cute.
I'm just like, I don't know. It seems like a scam to me.
I don't think it is. It's just not for me. But I have a problem with control anyway. So, you know, like it took me years to go to a hairdresser. It took me years to finally agree to someone gifting me a massage and going and getting a massage.
I did a massage once. I don't think I could ever do it again. You know what?
I'll never do it again.
So, Victor,
I only did it once.
So last night I had shaved my legs, and my nether hands, or whatever you call them, have been really dry lately. I don't know what it is.
Your leg hands?
Yeah, my leg hands have been really dry.
Okay.
Like my heels are... They've been so dry that they like scratch my sheet weird. And so I've been sleeping with my feet outside of the sheet. And so
why don't you put like what? Okay, first of all, do you recall when you bought me all of the Avon crack heel products? First of all, by the way, works.
Okay.
Totally
I know,
works.
I have it. I had it. I ran out.
Completely healed.
Yeah.
Okay. Christmas is coming.
What I really want to do, which I know you would be totally abstain, I really just want to go and get like one good pedicure. And
nope.
Because I just want to do it, like just get a good one, and then I can manage after that. And so,
Paula, do you really think you could sit through with your feet in a bucket of water with some Vietnamese woman picking away at your
Jamie,
toes?
I would be looking at my phone the whole time. I would not look. And I have a Galaxy Note now, so I could turn that thing sideways and block out everybody in that room and put on earbuds and pretend I was just putting my...
They like rub oil and all kinds of things. Like, it's not pleasant. And I mean, and hopefully they're wearing gloves.
What are they called again? Nether hands?
Paula, we call them leg hands. We've been calling them leg hands for like a decade.
Okay, leg hands. So I was putting lotion on there, and I noticed it felt kind of nice. And so I was just like, I'm like, I told Victor, because he was sitting on the couch watching TV. And I said, I'm like, if I wasn't just so freakishly freaky about, leg hands, I bet you it'd probably feel pretty good if someone, did those massages. And he's just like, Paula, he's like, it does. And I'm just like,
how does he know?
That's what I said. And so he's just like, I'm like, how do you know? He says, because everybody likes them. I'm like, what do you mean everybody?
That's not true.
And he's just like, Paula, he's like, everybody but you likes that. And I'm just like,
I don't like it.
Well, okay, he meant everybody but our family, Jamie.
Oh, well, excuse me for living.
So he says everybody likes massages. Everybody likes to have their feet rubbed. Everybody, and I'm like, stop it! So,
first of all, you know what? He's a fool. I know a lot of people who would rather die than get a pedicure.
Well, he was offering, and I just looked at him. I'm like, you're out of your mind.
He offered to massage your leg hands?
Yes.
I can't believe I'm going to admit. I can't believe. Okay, so Daryl he's one of those people who this is the part I hate. He loves me so much that he'll do anything. He will literally do whatever I want. Not always, but you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we'll be sitting on the couch. He's never done it without my socks off, but he has tried to rub my leg hands on the couch. Because that's what normal couples do. But I'm like, he did it, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, what? I'm like, remove your body away from that area immediately.
As soon as a hand goes towards her, I retrieve my leg instantly, and I'm like, what the fuck are you think you're reaching for?
Are you kidding? In bed, if I accidentally feel one of his toes near me, I'm like, hey! I'm like, what is that? He's like, sorry.
What is wrong with us? Where did we get this?
I don't know, but it's repellent, and I don't want to discuss it, and I don't want anyone touching it. I have allowed it once in my life, so I can say that I allowed it, but never like a full-blown thing. Like, no. Even during sex, I'm like, off limits. As far as you're concerned, I have nubs. Stop. I don't know what the aversion is, but you know what it really is for me is I don't like anyone messing with me, which is why it's amazing, but I actually don't mind facials. You know, where I get the facial, the mask. Shut up. I know.
Yeah, at a spa, Jamie,
filthy.
at a spa.
At a spa, esthetician, getting my brows done. Like, I don't mind that at all.
I've never
but I'm also,
had one, but I want to get that microdermabrasion done.
I know you do. I'm just, I'm so vain that I don't want to look, you know, I don't want to look prematurely aged. So I think that's why I don't have a problem with doing those. Mm-hmm. But anything below the neck, I'm just like, look, unless I'm letting you have sex with me, I don't want you messing with me. Like, I don't want you touching anything. I don't want a massage. I don't want any of it.
Yeah, if I'm getting like a massage, it's probably because it's like a foreplay thing, you know?
Exactly.
I couldn't imagine just getting a massage and not having sex. That would be weird. I'd be like, okay, my top's off. Like, don't I flip around and you massage the front now and then we do it? I mean, like, what's the deal?
Right, exactly. Anyway, all right. Well, let's get to our ugly and awkward moments of the week.
Last night, I don't know what it was. Well, yesterday, I was, you know, in a good mood all day because it was Ryan's birthday and we're always goofing around. And like I said, we were having a little dance off and sing off and, you know, just doing random things. And so Victor and I were talking about like our stomachs. And I told him that I felt like I weigh the same. I said, but I feel like I'm redistributing because I feel thinner. And so I was like rubbing my stomach or something like that. And well, behind me, Ryan lifted up his shirt and he stuck his stomach out and he started rubbing it. And I turned around and I looked at him and then I slapped him in the stomach as hard as I could. And there was like 3 finger marks across his belly. He's like, ow! And so anyways, he was sitting in the chair and I felt really bad. So I'm like, you want to go? Huh? And I'm like, so what is it? I'm all left. I'm all, you jab, jab, jab. And then I'm all, what? I'm like, and then I'm like, what? Right hook, punch? And so I started like shadow boxing and then I did a big right hook. Well, when I did that, I had socks on. And so I slipped and fell on the ground.
No!
And he looked at me.
Oh,
and then he started laughing so hard. He couldn't even breathe. He was laughing so hard because I fell on the floor.
Oh my God.
Because I was trying to be like a little badass. You know, I'm like, jab, 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 punch, you know. And then I was like, because my foot slid out from underneath me. So I was like, I was doing a herky on the floor.
Big question. Are you sore this morning?
I'm fine. I caught myself.
Oh, good.
You know, we're good at catching ourselves. So.
Well, we tend to go limp like ragdoll kittens, so we don't really feel the absolute pain of the fall. There was no knees or anything hurt. You know, I caught myself, God. But you know, I'm like, who hurts themselves shadow boxing? I mean, unless you punch yourself in the face, which I've done before. Anyway, all right, here's mine. I think I had a fever, and I woke up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I was looking at my phone. Now, I have been looking for this pair of boots. There's this website called Vici. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
What is it? Beachy?
Vici, like V as in Victor, ICI. It's Vici. Okay. And a lot of people, a lot of famous people swear by it because it's super affordable, super stylish. So if you want to get something that's on trend, you can go there and pay like $40 for the dress that everybody's wearing that's normally $1,000 somewhere else. It's a legitimate store. There's one in Walnut Creek and it's based in LA. Wow. Anyway, so they have a pair of boots and everything sells out almost immediately. It's almost impossible to buy anything. But they have this pair of boots that I really want. They're these beautiful brown suede above the knee boots that I've been trying to get for almost a year. And they keep selling out because I just can't get to them in time. So I was like, oh God, there's those boots again. I was looking on Instagram at stuff. And so I highlighted the name of the boot and I put it in Google to see if maybe it was being sold by any other merchants besides Vici. And so I look and something popped up immediately and went, oh my God. So I clicked on the site. And I was like, there they are in my size. So I bought them and I used PayPal. And I went, you know what, I'm going to use PayPal because just in case, because I've never heard of this website before. So I did it. They're $68, which is really cheap for leather boots. But the reviews are great. So, I mean, I wasn't worried about it. So I fell back asleep and I woke up and I went, what did I just do? I go online. I go to my PayPal site and I purchased something from China.
Oh, no.
I don't understand. All of it's in Chinese. And I got an order confirmation, but there's literally no way to cancel the order. There's no way to reach out to anybody. I Googled the name of the store. It does not exist. And I went, oh shit, I'm fucked. I just basically got scammed out of $68.
Are you sure?
No, but it took a couple of days, but the transaction went through and Daryl goes, did you buy something from China? And I went, what?
You're like, I think so.
I'm like, I don't remember. He's like, you don't remember? I'm like, I have this thing when I have insomnia, I shop. And I was on drugs on top of it, and it was like 4 a.m. And I explained this to him. I'm like, okay, so here's the thing. And he's like, what did you do? And I'm like, I was smart enough to know to use PayPal so that if anything happened, they couldn't access our bank account. But this is what happened. And I said, and now I've gotten no confirmation of a tracking number, nothing. So I don't know how long I have to wait before I just cancel. So I don't know what to do, but it was really awkward and ridiculous.
Yes. Okay. So are we done then?
Yes. So we're done. Now, quickly,
Announcements.
We are taking the week of Thanksgiving off, so we won't be back with a new show until your birthday, December 3rd.
Oh, God.
Holy shit. Are you all right?
Yeah, I just took a sip of water and then you said my birthday and I was just like, oh.
Yeah, so your birthday. So we'll be back on the 3rd with a new episode, and then we'll be deep into the holiday season by then.
Yes, horses.
And you're coming over to my house for Thanksgiving with your children.
I am. So we'll probably have a good review of that.
That's going to be super fun. I'm super excited that you're coming.
Ryan's bringing the longboard. Well, actually, Malia texted him last night and requested that he brings the longboard.
Yeah, she told me she's stealing it. So,
so that should be a good time.
Yes.
So since we're not coming back until after Thanksgiving,
yes,
we want to make sure that everybody knows to go to uglytruth.com, click on the Amazon button, click on the Prime button. If you're not a Prime member, sign up, because the day after Thanksgiving, there might be some good deals on Amazon. But even more important, the following Monday is Cyber Monday. And that's when Amazon has their best deals, and usually best deals for Prime members. So you want to do that. Also, lipandclip.com will probably have excellent deals as well on Cyber Monday. Check those out, do some shopping, and then we will be back. And we want everybody to have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We are thankful for you, the listeners.
Yes.
We appreciate you coming back all these many times, and hope you have a good one. So we'll see you when we come back. Bye. Bye.
Thanks for listening and sharing the show. See you next time on The Ugly Truth.